What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. I hope you guys are all having a great week. Just want to let you guys know that I have started memberships for YouTube. You can become a member and get early access to videos, early access to knife sell videos, just like patrons were getting. Patreon will be going away at the end of the month. I've informed everyone, so make sure everyone's aware. So I'm going to say this in a few videos in a row just to make sure no one is surprised when I cancel Patreon at the end of the month. So I'm trying to get everybody to shift from Patreon over to YouTube and just become a member there. Keep it all in one place, centralized. And Patreon is just a pain in the butt to deal with. It really is. So we're going to transfer it all over to YouTube, and hopefully that works out well. And I will be adding more tiers in the future. I'm just trying to get everything worked out. If you guys have any suggestions on things I could include in the tiers, please comment and let me know. Alright, today I'm going to be doing my overview of the Spyderco Native 5, and I'm also going to install some carbon fiber scales on the Native 5. First I'm going to give you the specs, some size comparisons, and then we're going to install these in the same video. So first off, this is Craig's knife, and these are Craig's scales. He ordered me some scales from a guy he knows in Germany for my bug out, and he got these at the same time as he got those for me, and you'll be seeing the bug out get new scales installed soon, very soon. And yeah, these are very similar. These are the raindrop fat carbon like I have on my Yojimbo 2. Same kind of, I love this look too. It's gonna look so good on this Native 5. All right, let me give some size comparisons real quick. Actually, specs and size comparisons. Blade length is 2.95 inches. Overall length 6.95 inches. Closed length is 4 inches. Cutting edge is only 2.42 inches because of that nice finger choil. S30V blade steel. G10 scales on this one. Pocket clip is right hand, left hand, tip up or tip down carry. And I do not know the weight, so we are going to check the weight. I'm going to guess 3.2 ounces. For some reason, White Mountain Knives does not show the weight on this one. That's all right. Oh, blade thickness is 125 thousandths. All right, let's check the weight. I'm going to guess 3.2. A little over 3. Watch, it'll end up being 5. I'm always way off on weights for some reason. 3.6. I wasn't too far off. 3.6, 3.7. Somewhere right in that range. We'll call it 3.7. So, not very heavy at all. Give you some size comparisons, and I'm going to give you my thoughts while I install these new scales. Here is when I meant to take it out of the box. This one will be in the knife cell, not the Native 5. This comparison, because this is basically a larger version, in my opinion, a larger version of the Chaparral. They made something called the Lil Native with a compression lock, and honestly, the Chaparral is more like the Native than the Little Native, in my opinion. I love the compression lock Little Native. Fantastic little knife. Love this knife. Love this knife. Love this knife. But when you look at these two knives, being a backlog, they're both backlocks. Do you look at the shape of the blades, the finger choil, the scales, everything about them? This is a smaller version of this knife. I don't know why they call that one the Little Native. It makes no sense to me. If anybody knows why, comment below and let me know why the Chaparral is not the Little Native and why the Little Native isn't a Little Native. Give you some more comparisons here real quick, but I just want to throw that out there. It's thicker than the Little Native, obviously, but the shape-wise, they're identical. Same lockup. And I love the Chaparral. Chaparral is such a good knife. Probably the best one of the best fifth pocket carry knives out there, as far as because how thin it is. But this isn't that thick either. Here it is next to the Yojimbo 2. Quite a bit smaller than a Yojimbo 2. And here it is next to a Manix 2. Quite a bit smaller than a Manix 2 also. Still looking for some carbon fiber scales for Manix 2. If anybody knows has any they want to let go of, let me know, please. And here it is against the Spyderco Pair 3. The ugliest Pair 3 ever, because I have beat the crap out of it. So there's just some Spyderco comparisons. Here, since we're talking about ugly, we'll go ahead and pull out this Civivi Elementum. That's not going to be ugly for long, because I'm going to take these scales off. I know a lot of people love these scales. I'm not a fan of these scales. Here it is against the Benchmade Bug Out. see here. What else can we do? We'll do a penguin. We always do the penguin because most people have a penguin. I don't think I have any other backlocks here at the moment that aren't boxed up. Yeah, here's the F5.5. Very similar in size. Almost identical in length to the F5.5. That should be enough to give you guys a good idea on the size. One thing I'm going to tell you about this knife for sure, I think these are the best ergos I've ever felt on a Spyderco. They really are. They're so good, man. So good. The chaparral's fantastic, but it's kind of small and thin. So for me, with my knuckles having arthritis, it's so thin that for me gripping it can be a little tough for me, but this one's a little thicker. I didn't give you that thickness. White Mountain Knives does not have that listed, but I'm going to measure it real quick if I can find my calipers. Actually, I'm not going to measure it, but it's thicker, quite a bit thicker than a chaparral, but the ergos on this thing are just, they're amazing. They're so good. The forward finger choil is jimped right here, and then you get jimping here on the spine of the blade. You're just locked in right there, man. You're so locked in. It feels so good in hand. Even back here in a normal grip, with a medium-sized hand, I can still get all 4 fingers on it. I would never hold this knife like this, though. I would always hold it like this. The backlock action with that choil, you don't have to worry about dropping and hitting you. Just leave your finger there. It's easily done one-handed. These knives, I don't think they're really meant to be flicked, but they're easily flickable. Now, I can't Spidey flick it, but you may be able to. The arthritis kind of gets me. I don't have enough strength in that finger to Spidey flick this knife, but the slow roll is really where it's at on this one. It just feels so good. So easy to maneuver this knife, or get this knife to do whatever you want one-handed, basically. It's just really good. Really, really good. I love the ergos. I love the look of it. The fit and finish is fantastic. It's Spyderco, you know. Just a great knife, man. Just a great, great knife with a strong, strong lockup. Now, I don't know if there's a scale that says, like, you know, a backlock is stronger than a compression lock, but I would imagine that a backlock is stronger than a compression lock or a liner lock. I would imagine it is because of the way they're built, but I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing. Yeah, this is a fantastic knife. The price on this model, this variation right here, is $180. There's some lightweight versions and stuff like that you can also check out. I'll link it down below at White Mountain Knives. If you pick anything up, use my code BEDC10 and save 10%. So let's take this thing apart. Full disclosure, I have never disassembled a backlock before, so this is going to be a first for me. We're going to use a GoodSkrew today. We all need a GoodSkrew, so it's T10 on the pivot, yep, and T8 on the body screws, and looks like T6 on the pocket clip. Let's go ahead and take that pocket clip off first. I'm going to talk to Craig and find out the Instagram account that the guy that makes these in Germany. They're very affordable. Scales are very affordable through the guy, but you got to wait like 2 months to get them. So if you're willing to wait, you can get some pretty affordable carbon fiber scales. And he does micarta and stuff also. So, all right. Let's. I'm going to start the body screws, although that may not be the appropriate way to do this. That's where I'm starting at. And I'm also leaving the blade open. Oh, that's the T10. I need the T8. There we go. But if you guys can't tell already, I love this knife. Such a good knife. I'm going to pick one up for sure at some point in time. I say I'm going to pick everything up, and I will eventually. But, you know, you can't buy them all at once. At least I can't buy them all at once. And this one is made in the USA also. I should have pointed that out. I don't know if the lightweights are made in the USA. Curious. I should look that up because I do not know. You can get these in various blade stills. You can get it with DLC blade, multiple different types of scales. So, all right, that one's coming off. That pin is still holding me on there though. Let's see if we can get that off. I'm going to try to do this without fully disassembling this knife. I guess I might take that other screw out. That's what it is. I'm going to try to stick something through the pivot and keep the knife assembled fully and just swap the scale out. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. This may be a issue with that also. Keep that over there separated. So what my thought was, this will fit. No, I'm going to have to fully disassemble, I think. So let's go ahead and flip it over. I was hoping I could do it one scale at a time, keep it mostly together, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. Wrong one. Alright. We almost there. All the backspacers coming out, or the lock, I guess I should say. Alright, so we got one side off. Okay. I've never seen the inside of one of these before, so this is very different. There's your spring piece. This may be a little bit of a pain in the butt to reassemble now that I'm looking at it, but I think I can get it. I can already see there's a problem here, I think. No, never mind. It's not a problem. I'm just an idiot, that's all. Forgive my idiocy. Let's see here. So that should drop through there, I think. That right through there. And this is a captive screw here. Flat side is facing that way. Or captive sleeve, I should say, not a screw. Alright, get in there. There we go. She in there now. So that would go like that, and that would go like that, apparently. How do you get that to stay up there to get your screw through it? That's what I want to know. I guess I need to do that screw first. Going to have to do that screw first. Okay, I think I got this figured out. But I may not. I think I got to put that screw right there in first and then push this down. Curious if it'd be better to do this with the blade closed. It may be better to do it that way. But either way, you're going to have to get a screw in there and push this down to get that other screw in. It looks that way to me anyway. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to try it just like that. Well, got this thing apart. Let's go ahead and lube her. Let's go ahead and clean her and lube her, since we got her all the way apart. Got to grab the rubbing alcohol. I thought I had it out here. I guess not. Actually, there it is. Got it. All right. Get some on here. We'll clean her up a little bit. You know, may as well do it if we're going to take it all the way apart. Clean it while you can. Great thing about washer knives, they don't get nearly as dirty as bearing knives get. I want to keep that washer facing the same direction because it's polished already from use. This is going to be a long video. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to ask a question and see if anybody can answer it. See how many people actually made it to the end. Should be interesting. See who makes it to the end. Alright, clean this washer off, and I want that side towards the blade. Okay, so I'm going to set that there for now. Let's go and get that washer off if we can. Or do I have to take it all the way apart? Yeah, I'll have to take it all the way apart. It's just tight tolerances there. There we go. All right. Alrighty then. This is not captive, is it? Yes, it is captive. And the captive's on the other side. So put that right here. Put that right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a screw through the, to hold that in there for me. I think it's going to make my life easier if I do it that way. Only time will tell. Let's go ahead and throw a screw in here and hold that in place. Yeah, I think that's going to make my life a little easier. And that captive flat area needs to face the butt of the knife, so I'm going to leave it loose so it'll move if I need it to, and I'll tighten it down when I'm done. I'm going to use KPL Heavy on this because it's washers. I don't have any grease, so I'm just going to put a drop of KPL Heavy on here. I think it may be better for a washer than regular KPL or lighter weight lube. I may be totally wrong on that, but that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, so put that right here. I'm going to put this right here. Put a drop of oil on this side. Alright. Alright, so now what do we do? This is the tricky part right here. Trying to get all this shit lined up. That's going to go like that. That's going to go like that somewhere. Like that. I'm going to put the sleeve through there, I think, on that side. Yeah. That may not be the right way to do this, but only one way to find out, right? You gotta try it. I'm thinking I should go ahead and put a screw in to hold that, and then I'm going to have to push that down. But I may be totally wrong about that. I'm going to try it though. I'm just going to take the blade off for right now. Put a screw in that piece. I did not watch anyone else's video before I attempted to do this, so I'm probably making a complete fool of myself, but that's okay. Learn from my mistakes. Don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. Life's too short to be afraid to make a fool of yourself. Actually, you know what? Let's get that out of the way. There's only so many screws that can go so many places, right? Eventually you got to get it back together, right? Alright, I should get that in there. Now, trick is going to be lift up. Trick is going to be getting that to stay right there. And I'm guessing I'm going to have to go put this bottom screw in also. But what is going to hold that together? That is my question. Okay, so if I put a screw there, the sleeve is there, what holds this all together to make this function properly? I guess the blade is going to hold it. So that would do like that. I think I got to go ahead and put this screw in down here. That's my guess anyway. This thing's going to look so good with these scales on it. It's going to look fantastic. Now, that's right, but what makes that stay down there? That's my question. What holds that down? So I have no more screws that can go in that side. Everything's in there that needs to go in there. Let's go go ahead and put this liner on here. See what we're looking at. Oh, that's a captive also. Turn, you bitch. My captive needs to face down this way. Now, still not quite fully understanding what's going to hold that down, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. Quite possibly I am. I do that from time to time. So let's just put this liner on here before we even put the blade on and just see what's going to happen here, right? The blade has got to... That's what does it. The blade is going to hold it. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. Progress. Faux easy. All right. Big old pivot screw here. Put that one right here. Man, Craig needs to get some black screws. Maybe not. I don't know. With the satin blade and the satin looking pocket clip, maybe it's okay. If I had a black blade, he'd have to get black screws. No doubt about it. You'd have to have black screws to make this look right. All right. I am noticing this is sticking out a little bit there. I don't know if that's normal or not. It's captive, so it can only go in one way. I know it's in the right way, but not quite resting down in there to where it's flush with the scale. I don't want to over tighten it, so let's just play around with it here, see what we get after we tighten everything up. I used a T8 on a T10 pivot, but I'm barely turning. I'm just trying to get things snugged. All right. I got it too snugged, clearly. But man, that's bugging me. See, even without the screw in there, it's sticking up slightly above the scale. You see that? All right. I think I pushed it in a little bit, but it's still just ever so slightly above the scale. There's really nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Tighten this down a little more, I guess, but that's what it was. I needed to tighten it more. I was afraid to over tighten it. All right, let's loosen the pivot up a little bit. Check our centering. We're not quite centered. We're off to the show side just a hair. So let's loosen this side up. See if we can pull that blade back over that way a little bit. Way too tight. Way, way, way too tight. All right, we're almost perfectly centered there. Still feels a little tight. It's dropping though. I'm not going to Loctite this yet. Craig, if you're watching this, before you get this back, I'm not Loctiting it because, I don't know, maybe you want to make some adjustments and fine tune it. Definitely too tight right there. Needs to come out a little bit. I need to get some of that grease from OCD for EDC. I'm really getting into washer knives, so I guess I need to try that stuff out. Alright, let's throw this pocket clip on here. Let's make sure these pocket clip holes line up. Oops. We'll start with the one in the middle. Get a T6. I will link everything I'm using below, including something I didn't use, Zero Friction. This is lighter. This is like regular KPL, but much cheaper, much better. Much better for the money. It's actually gone up in price. It used to be $7 a bottle. It's like $11 a bottle now. But you still get 3 times as much as a bottle of KPL, which is $14 a bottle. Yeah, I was afraid of that. These are not going to be long enough. Craig warned me about that. Let's see if without the pocket clip on there, if they even catch. Yeah, see, that one's catching. Alright, let's try this. Obviously, we did a lanyard hole delete with these scales. That's amazing. Yeah, it just won't catch. Just a little too short. Yeah, I'll just bag it up for Craig. He said he may have to get some longer screws for the pocket clips, so he was correct about that. I'll get a little baggie and put those in and send them back to him. I would recommend a pocket clip swap anyway, personally, although Craig's not into the colors like I like colors. But let's pull out this Yojimbo 2, do a comparison here. Yeah, I love that raindrop fat carbon. That shit looks so good. They're sold out of this for the Manix 2, and I contacted Platanium to see if they're going to make any more. And I said, yeah, eventually, but we have no idea when. So it could be a year, could be 5 years. Shit, who knows? So I got to figure out something to get from my Manix 2. If you guys don't have a GoodSkrew and you're wondering what a GoodSkrew is, I'm going to link Get GoodSkrew down below. These things are absolutely amazing. They are not cheap, but they're just made, they're so fantastic, so good. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. I just highly recommend them. Such a good design, such good people too. Great, great, funny people. Clean these up. These will go back to Craig also. Some G10 scales. So, let's do the show side. Compare these. They're basically made from the same carbon fibers, no doubt in my mind. This guy's just doing it cheaper than everybody else. Show you guys an example. Dark matter, red dark matter for my bug out. See that? Look at that red popping in there. I think these were $66 from that guy. And again, you got to wait a long time to get them. Got to make sure these fit the bug out properly first, though. I got to install them. These work perfectly, and that's no longer sticking out. I just didn't tighten it down enough. That sleeve is no longer sticking out, so we are good to go. Good to go. Love the Native 5, by the way. If you guys hadn't figured it out yet, this is a fantastic knife. It's so good. Such a good knife. Best ergos yet on a Spyderco for me. The Pair 3 is a close second, but you know, I like the way the Native 5, this area right here, you know, this is okay if you want to push or poke, gives you a little more leverage for poking. But this being like this, it just feels better in hand, especially when you choke up right here. And you got a bigger choil than the Pair 3. Yeah, this has better ergos than the Pair 3, in my opinion. Such a great knife. I know some people don't like backlocks, but they're growing on me. You know, everything has a purpose, and this is a good one. If you're considering a backlock, you couldn't go wrong with one of these, put it that way. There are many options out there, but man, this is amazing. It's an amazing knife. It really is. Not a whole lot of aftermarket parts out there for it, unfortunately. That's why Craig went to Germany. But you know, maybe in time they'll come out with more and more stuff you can get to pimp out your Native 5. Because this looks really good. Really, really good. I was telling Craig, Get you a deep carry clip, man. Put it on there like that. Put some gold on there. I wonder if my screws are long enough to fit. I doubt they are. They might be, because I think they sent me extra, Flytanium sent me some extra screws with mine. So they may actually work. As I drop my lube everywhere, I'm curious. I just want to try. Actually, no, I don't. Yeah, I do. It's just a pain in the butt to put these back in. I just want to pull one screw out and see if they would fit. It doesn't look any longer than the screws he has, but it doesn't need to be much longer. Nope, even that's a little bit short. Won't quite catch. So, I'm not sure where you'll get extra screws at, but Craig's been doing this crap a long time. He'll figure out where to get them out. If anybody will, he will. So, alright guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. That is my overview of the Native 5. It's an absolutely phenomenal knife. Phenomenal. Love it. Can't go wrong with it. And you get to see how to take it apart and bumble your way through putting new scales on it. So, cool thing about that though is next time I disassemble one of these, I'll know exactly what to do, right? You got to learn somehow. And I'm learning on camera in real time with you guys watching me. So, alright guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. And that question I was going to ask. Anybody that made it this long, what's a good one? Do you like these fat carbon or dark matter scales from Germany? What do you think about them? Get the light to hit them right. Not a lot of red in these compared to like a Mars Valley like this. This is fat carbon. This is dark matter. And dark matter, they don't put as much color in them, but I think that looks good, man. And just to give you guys a glimpse of where this is going, and that red or that blue thumb stud's coming out. Those blue standoffs are coming out because these are going in. Red are. I've got black thumb studs for now because I had to order red ones from Australia, so it's going to be a while before they get here. But that's where they're going. Hopefully they fit as good as those did on that Native 5. I'm confident they will, though. So he actually tested these on a bug out before he sent them, and sent pictures of it, or he installed on a bug out. So he tests them before he sends them, so we should be good to go there. Yeah, yay or nay? Do you like? Here's the question: do you like this dark matter with red in it more, or do you like fat carbon like Mars Valley with lots of red in it more? Which one do you like better? I think I like the hint of red more than I like a whole bunch of red. You know, it's a little more subtle in my opinion. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.